We part twoing right now, y'all. We part twoing. If that's even a phrase. We part twoing right now. It's all good. One monkey don't stop no show. But we are back right now with Coach Newt from Hempstead Raiders, football league for our kids. We were just speaking about fundraising. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, Coach Newt.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, fundraising. Yeah, like I said, when people come up with ideas or whatever, we take them. I love everybody ideas. I'm never one of the ones to tell people not to give me ideas. I just always when they come to me, I just like to think them out and I be like, if it works, let's go with it. I never have an issue with ideas. The only issue that I have that I've seen throughout the years that people come to you with ideas, but then they don't never want to put it into
The work.
plan. They just come and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I got this idea. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's sell this. Let's move this." Okay, that's fine, but I need you to participate at the same time. You
Right.
can't just come and
Right.
throw out ideas and then don't want to participate at the same time. So that's always
Absolutely.
been like the issue that we had to deal with over the last 4 or 5 years of having a program is people throwing out ideas but not really wanting to actually execute them.
Right, the execution for sure, for sure. So now I know you were saying that your biggest issue was, and I'm actually glad it went the way it went because you said if you'd have went the opposite way of trying to get the field first, you probably wouldn't have done it. So we actually glad you went it the right way first in order. Now, with that being said, first I don't know if you mind sharing, why was it so difficult, and if it was difficult, do you think it's solidified now where you guys secure having this field?
Well, I mean, honestly, I really don't know why it was difficult. I know, like at one point, I tried to get Bradley Park, and the issue with that it was the field wasn't irrigated, so that was understandable.
Right.
They was like they don't care if the adults and stuff play on the field because they want to hurt themselves. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're dealing with kids, so I understood
Yeah.
where they was coming from with that one. But I just didn't know which direction to go about
Right.
how to get the field. So that's pretty much where the issue was at. But then when I did a town meeting at the time when they had like one of them meetings they be having on Wednesday where I went and I spoke in front of the mayor at the time, the commission, all of them, and just explaining my situation, how I'm trying to get a field and whatever to so these kids could practice on and play on. So after doing that meeting, I got a call like 3 days later, and Don Ryan had actually got me the field for KP to practice on.
Okay.
So that was a blessing. Shout out to him. He
Shout
was
out
the
to
one
Don.
who got me going with that. And then after that got going, then I was using the middle school the first year to play the games there. Shout out to all the ones that helped me with that one, which was like you had people like KO who was involved in that, Stiff who helped with getting the middle school, Randy Stiff. So they
Oh, Steph,
was
yeah.
integral parts of helping me get the middle school the first year.
Nice.
So like for them, I'll always be appreciative of that. And then moving forward, once uh they knew I was having a football program, that's when KP decided to make that field that we play on now as a multi-purpose field. And then
Okay.
that's when we started playing our games on there the second season.
Okay.
So we know we did 2 seasons. So we did 2 seasons at the middle school games, and then the third year of the program, we started playing at KP.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so we're looking at fundraising. We're looking at recruiting some kids, and we're looking at getting some coaches together.
Yeah, we need
Now,
coaches.
I mean, it's easy to say, especially when you have a camaraderie and when you've been dealing with people who you know all your life and you have a trust,
Hmm.
with them. Have you had outside coaches that just didn't fit the mold, or have you had any issues in reference to that?
We did. I took a chance on a couple of coaches throughout the years, and they just didn't work out for whatever have you, for whatever reasons. But I was always thankful that that they committed, that first year, and was fully on board with working with the kids and showing our kids new things. But some of the things didn't work out, not because of just the program. It made because the parents are just too hard on the coaches. Like I had an issue with that.
Mhm.
Parents are so hard on one of the coaches that I brought in from another town, and he didn't come back the following season because of how hard the parents was on him. So
You think it was connected to them not being from Hempstead, and that's why they just,
nah,
just because?
I just think honestly, what it is with parents, they want to win. Sometimes they want to win more than the kids do. So
Right.
while the kids be just having fun, sometimes the parents want it more than the kids, and then sometimes they don't understand. Like the kids just having fun. They just want to play. They
They just
don't
want to
really
play.
care about wins and losses. They don't even. Some of them don't even understand the concept of wins and losses. They just
Right.
out there to just be playing with their friends. So
Right.
a lot of times that's where the disconnect could come in at, because the parents might care more about winning than the actual kid do.
Oof. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a big deal in most of the sports with the kids. Keeping the parents in line to understand you got to be respectful. These people got your children. After school they got their own lives and
Yeah.
jobs and stuff going on
Yep.
as well. So you got to be respecting these people.
Especially when it's
So I
volunteer
absolutely get that
work.
part. Yeah, it's volunteer. Listen, listen, I get it. I absolutely get it. I absolutely get it. So now you said you've been, people contact you, about other opportunities and things like that. So where do you see, the league going, in the next year or two? Like what are your goals,
Well,
for this league?
well, I always tell people the story is still being written. My
Right.
honestly, my my goal is just to get these kids into college, man. I don't really care about no NFL, none of that craziness. Like, if they make it there, kudos to them,
Kudos.
blessings and everything. But the ultimate goal is to use this athletic ability to get you a free ride and
Mhm.
never have to worry about student loan debt.
Say that part right there. It's
You
the
know,
end. That last statement, good
no
people.
student loan
Woo!
debt, no student loan debt.
The facts of the matter for real. So, I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? You said something before I started laughing. Um, oh man, I'm gonna have to get some ginkgo biloba or something, man. I just was thinking about it, just went right out my head just that fast. All right, so the social media platform, we got Hempstead Raiders. Um, what is it? YFL
Yep.
is the social media. You on Facebook as well?
Yes. Hempstead
Okay.
Raiders. Yep.
So
Same
same
thing.
name, Facebook and Instagram. Then you
Yep.
have Coach. No, paper. What is it? Paper
Paper
Newt.
chasing Newt. Paper chasing Newt.
Paper chasing Newt on Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all hit him up. Listen, he's also looking to start a tutoring program. I know there's programs out there that will absolutely connect with you, to help you just give the ages or whatever the case may be that you need for these kids. I was definitely about to ask you something and it literally flew out of my head. Oh man, I hate when that freaking
Well, I
happens.
know for the why I saw my mom asked for the tutoring program, though, I definitely was gonna reach out actually to Hempstead High, because some of them kids who want to go to college, this can be something good to put on their resume if they do some volunteering
Facts.
tutoring work. So I plan on trying to reach out to the school to get some of them high honor roll
Yeah,
principal
absolutely.
list students.
For
And
sure. That's a good look. That
uh,
that was a good one for sure. For sure, for sure. But yeah, I might have some students that will definitely get involved as well that just have a heart for kids and just just will want to help and
okay.
smarty pants as well. So yeah, we need to get that thing going. We gotta keep our kids educated and help them
Yeah,
understand that, you
facts.
know, you can hurt yourself, you can hurt a limb, God forbid.
Yep.
You better have something else, to fall back on, just like yourself. You can say, like, yeah, I lived this. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
went to school, I did what I need to do. If this don't work out, I still got my other job because I got my degree. You know what I'm saying? It does leave you with options for
Yep.
sure. Um, Anything else, entrepreneurial wise that you're looking into for yourself, or this is you good? You managing at the home and you doing this.
My mind is always working. I never stop thinking. But those last couple of weeks, though, I've mainly been focused on trying to just better the program more or less.
Right.
I concentrate on certain things at different time zones. So it's like in the off season, I like to focus on just reflect on the season
Hmm.
that we had and kind of just start gearing up for next year, trying to just always stay ahead of the game when it comes to the program. So I'm always trying to figure out how to, make the program better. That's been my main focus since we ended this fall season,
Hmm.
thinking about next year. And as far as myself is concerned, like I just been working. I'm focused on other things now. I've been thinking about another nonprofit organization. I'm just not sure what I want to start yet. Like I was
Okay.
telling you with the whole mental health, human
Hmm.
service field, like that's like something I'm passionate about. So I could probably see myself really doing that. Just have to figure another way to start an
Yeah.
agency, agency per se. But thank God I already have a house that I own, so I can, if anything, I can always use that
Hmm.
to get a group of individuals to live in my home and start that process and may have and be able to work around having to go through OPWDD.
Absolutely. Listen,
So
absolutely. Listen,
so
I spoke to my husband about the same thing, with the property that we have. I'm like, yo, I feel like we need to be doing something else with this property. And, even tap into that, you know what I'm saying? You're young, you now a homeowner, like, explain to people, how important that is, you know what I'm saying, to have your own home. Like, it's a big deal, especially when you grew up, you know what I'm saying, not having too much. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's cool. It's a cool experience. I mean, right now I'm a landlord, but
Mhm.
I would say like I've been owning the property 8 months. The landlord, yeah, the landlord job ain't the greatest, to be
Keep it
honest
a
with you.
buck. Come on, keep it a buck
It's
and help
not
the people. It's good and bad. Come on.
it's not the greatest. I wouldn't
Right.
recommend it to anybody. Like, listen, I had to hire a
He
property
said, "Don't
manager.
do it." I ain't think you gonna
So
say that.
yeah, I had to hire a property manager. That's how bad it got between myself and one of the tenants. So I'm
Wow.
like, yeah, it's rough. It's rough. So
They got more rights than us. That's
now
why.
they do, but then it's like me being like a young black owner of the property. It's like soon as I take over the property, it's like you want me to fix everything that the previous
The last
owner
person.
didn't fix.
Yep.
It's like,
Yep.
bro, like I'm trying to play catch up to
Like, what
figure
we
out what the hell
doing?
is going on.
hmm That's a fact,
Yeah,
though.
it's rough. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Don't stay away from landlord. Like the money could be good, but stay
Right.
away.
Wow. 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 That's hilarious. But yeah, no. But you just mentioned something that's a big deal. You have people who make a lot of money, not just being a landlord, but having these homes, for, people with special needs, even like, women's shelters and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
there are options when it comes to real estate. So I always, for me, I try to tell people to really, really educate themselves when it comes to real estate. It's not only one entity. There are other things. You know what I'm saying? Me and my husband, we have the Airbnbs going on. So there
Okay.
are other options,
Yep.
and wiggle room that you can do things to make money where you don't have to be so hands on as well. And I
Yep.
just want to, bring light to that because, you're a manager at the home. I know that's gotta be a lot.
Whew.
You doing the football league, you dealing with individuals, you're volunteering. So what are some of the things you also do, for your mental capacity? You know what I'm saying? Some people take trips, some people get massages, meditate. And if you do meditate, do you teach the kids and the parents to meditate? How important that is.
Now, I mean, with me, I just like whenever I get like downtime or I'm off work, I just relax. Like I just stay to myself just to decompose, get my mind right. I don't try to do too much. I don't like partying. I don't really care for much of that. I love vacations though, because
Yeah,
any
yeah,
chance I
yeah.
get a chance to go somewhere, I'm out. But
Yeah, that's me.
for the
Facts.
most part, I just like my me time when I'm off from work or I ain't got to deal with no football related stuff or
Mhm.
no dealing with the house. I'm just laying down watching TV, just
Mhm.
enjoying the fruits of my labor
Right,
for
right,
the
right.
most
That's
part.
cool. That's what's up. So, you mentioned earlier, about being a black man, the person is automatically looking at it like, well, you can handle all these different things. You know, what are some of the things you would say to, you know, a young man who's coming up who's if someone was following your shoes and they like, yo, listen, Coach Newt, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching you from afar for a while. I was messing up in school, but I decided to finish school. I did, get a scholarship, for football, whatever. I'm buying that out. What should I do next? What would you say to that young black person, young black man, young black woman, particularly young
Well,
black man?
I just always tell them to stay true to them. Stay true to themselves. Always be yourself. Don't try to fit in if it ain't fit out. If you have to, like, always do what you feel is best for yourself, and don't let no one make you do anything you don't want to do. Like I said, everything that I do, I'm myself. I'm true to me. Like I don't try to be anything other than Keith. Like that's
Right,
me. That's who I am. I don't. So that's kind of like the advice I would give to these young kids, and it's like just showing them that you can make a difference without having millions of dollars. Like
right,
you don't have to be the top athlete in the world making $800 million in your professional career to be able to give back to your community. Like you can do it the route I went, go a nonprofit route and invest some of your own money to get it going. And then once you get it there, it'll start to manage itself like throughout as the years go on. So just always stay true to yourself. Don't be something you're not.
right.
You know.
Do you think that you pushed through to make sure you started this league in, your hometown where you're from? Do you think there's others who probably had the same idea, the same thoughts to do something in Hempstead, but just couldn't because of politics and stuff like that? Do you think that's why people have a hard time giving back?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I would say I'm like 50-50 on that because I believe because listen, I had to go through the same politics, the same things, and me, I don't care. I push through. It's like
Right.
I'm not a quitter, so I'm just gonna keep fighting through. Like I ain't let none of the because everything in Hempstead is pretty much like seems like it's going the political route these days.
Political.
So
Yeah.
for me, like I just rise above it because I'm not into politics, so I just kind of rise above it and just kept doing what I'm doing, like a no quit attitude, just keep fighting through. So, I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of people that might want to give back. Some of them done seen what I was able to do, and it motivated them to start their own little thing, and I'm appreciative of that too because I'm also a fan of helping other people.
Right.
Like when other programs, like I helped another program get off the ground. I don't want to really put that out there as far as what the
No, that's
program
fine.
is, but I helped them get off the ground and start, and they had their first season this year. And
Nice.
it's like I just do these things like behind the scenes. I don't really care for them to put me out there like, oh, Coach New helped me start this. I just always like to help my other brothers do something, whether it's my brothers or my sisters.
Right.
Like I've had a couple of females reach out to me who want to start a nonprofit organization and what some of the things they need to do to get it going. And I help them. I'm like, listen, whenever y'all need me, always ask questions. I'll provide and I'll help you out as much as I can.
Love it.
So
Love it. Love it. Love it. And you guys have cheerleaders too, huh?
yeah. Lady
I
Raiders.
love that, Lady
Shout out
Raiders.
to my
I said,
cheerleader coach too,
wait a
Jasmine, man.
minute.
She's great. She's
I
great.
said, let's go. Okay. Listen, I was a cheerleader. Shout out to my class, the Tigers. Okay. From middle school on. Listen, we started that with the whole all they doing right now. That was my year.
Yeah,
That was
listen,
my
man.
year.
The
Shout out
girls
to
is rough. The
Miss Faith.
the girls is rough too. I went to one of their practices and just watched them. Their attitudes is worse than the boys.
Oh yeah, that thing is cutthroat. That thing is serious. That thing is serious, man. For real. They even got competitions and everything. We went to a
Yeah.
competition.
Now
We
we
was
trying.
like, oh, this is real, real.
Yeah. Now we want to
Wow.
do big things with the girls as well too. Like I've been we've been trying to get them in like certain tournaments as well. Certain cheerleader like the whole sisters Monique and they sent me a couple of information about certain tournaments to try to get our girls in as well. So they've been helpful too on it. And they coach Roosevelt cheerleader
Right.
squad, so they definitely been integral with helping me try to get the girls into competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely expose them to these things. That's how they meet new people. They start conversing and seeing what this one doing, and seeing what that one doing. That's how you gotta expose the kids to other things. There's
That's
other
a
things
fact.
out there. Like
That's a fact.
truly, like we ain't know nothing about no competition until we had a out. Well, she's from Uniondale. You know what I'm saying? She went to college in Virginia. And she was just showing us like, no, you supposed to do it like this. Like y'all don't have to be. It don't have to be you looking white. You're just looking precise. And we're like,
Yep.
okay. You know what I'm saying? So help us. And when she helped us, man, we was like, oh, it's the whole world. Like, you gotta expose the kids to other things. That's how they
Yeah.
get excited and stay excited about things. So, kudos to you, kudos to everybody, helping the kids, the Lady Raiders. I love that name. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I love that.
With these kids too, like honestly, like, even with some of the traveling we did, because like even this past in 2021 around a little after the spring season, after completion of the spring season, my my 10U kids, like they travel to Maryland and stuff like that. And the experience is dope just watching them interact,
Yeah,
playing the pool. Like these are bonds that they're gonna have for the rest of their life. When they see
absolutely.
each other 10 years from now, or they still friends 10, 20 years from now, they'll be able to talk about those stories of like, well, yeah, when we was in Maryland, we was in the pool, we did this, we did that, we
Yep.
played video games all night. So it's like those lasting memories is something that's gonna, always be in these kids' minds as they start to hit adult life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, we used to go to Glen Falls upstate with the basketball team. We more hyped than the dudes. Like we got our own rooms. We like, yo, we going to the mall. We doing this, we doing that. And there's people that I met, going to the games that I'm still in contact with through Facebook.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. And we still alive for that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like to
that's a
see each
fact.
other, and that's a
That's
fact.
a fact.
So
That's a
yeah,
whole
keep
fact.
exposing these kids. Taking away need to go. We're gonna try to see if we can get some fundraising going. I'll probably hit you up later with some ideas for some fundraising.
Right.
There's some other people, be clear that, just because people are not directly doing what you do, there are other people who will get involved
Yeah, that's a
just to help
fact.
because it's the youth. Because
Yep,
I know
that's a
some
fact.
people who have been very hands on with the youth community in Hempstead, but they're not that popular. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? They're gonna put the work in, but they ain't gonna get the accolades because they're not in the loop or they're not
yeah.
popular, but they want to just see the work done. So that's what we, what I'm saying? That's my goal, what I'm saying, to try to help from my end and on this platform to get y'all whatever y'all need, whether it's more kids or fundraising ideas, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a talker. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's not
that's what
much of
that
me
is.
neither. That's why I like to be behind the scenes. But this year we
Yeah.
definitely this past season we just had we try to open up the single age groups now, so they give more kids opportunity to play instead of that the
Right.
double age group thing that we done had to deal with the first 3-4 years. So
Okay.
now that's why next year we definitely trying to get these single age groups pushed. Like we trying to go from 7 to 13, but every age group being single, or 6 to 13, and every age group being single.
All right, let's go. Let's go, y'all.
Uh,
Y'all heard him? Let's do it. Stop playing out here.
yeah.
Listen, Coach Newt, thank you so much. You know
Thank
what
you
I'm
for
saying?
having
Just
me.
I know you got a busy schedule, so thank you so much just for taking our time. I'm hoping that, what I'm saying, you'll hit me later on another day or two, like, yo, this came through. That's the goal. We're gonna put you out there. We're gonna get
All
you out
right,
there, get
thank
some
you.
kids, get some coaches, some real coaches who actually like kids. Oh, let me ask you real quick before I let you go. There was a video that went viral, like, dang man, the years going into each other. I don't want to lie about what year it was, but I feel like it was during the pandemic, at the peak of the I don't know, whichever year that was. But there was a video that went viral where a football coach like reprimanded a kid. I guess he did a play or something, and then
Okay.
he kind of punched him in the head like 2 or 3 times. Then he like hit a few other kids in the head like a couple of times, and like it went viral. Like, what do you say about stuff like that where the coaches get too crazy? You know what I'm
Well, we
saying?
honestly,
With
we
with
don't even
the
tolerate that. We don't even. I honestly, our relationship with our kids, the reason why the program has been successful is because like our coaches, the way we communicate with our kids, we talk like we call them bro, little
Mhm,
bro.
mhm.
It's not we don't even really yell. Shit, we had a parent before who didn't want to sign a kid with us because we wasn't yelling. So
Oh,
it's like yeah, so we that's not our demeanor. We feel like we can get our point across without yelling. Like
right,
that's some of the things we don't do and I don't tolerate because if I see it, I'm going to address it. And 9 times out of 10, I might remove the coach.
right.
So it's like, we're not into putting our hands and slapping kids on the head and all that. I even hate it when I see coaches that are parents do that to their kids. Like, and
Oh,
it's
I
like,
seen
even though
that.
it's not my place sometimes,
Hmm.
but if you're under my program, I'm going to still address it. Like, if I feel like you was a little bit too hard on your own child.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I don't. We don't do that here. That's not something we against all of that. We feel like we can get our point across to these kids without having to go that route.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I actually took my son off of a baseball team because I saw that once. A coach just going crazy on his kid. The kid just like,
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, what? Like, I want to fight. I'm like, bro, you can't be for real right now.
yeah. You
Like,
still got to
you
keep it
can't
fun
be
for them.
serious.
You still got to
Yeah,
keep it fun. Like when you start
yeah.
doing that, it becomes to me it becomes more now of a job and it's not
Hmm.
fun. And when it
Right.
becomes for like us, like I said, USA football, 90% of the kids participate because
Hmm.
it's fun.
Right.
That's it. They want to
Right.
play with their friends. They want to be around their friends. So, and
Mhm.
you always want to keep it fun for them because that's why the numbers start to dwindle, and why
Mhm.
certain organizations start to lose their programs because when the kids is no longer having fun, that's when you start to lose the kids. You lose the numbers.
Yeah. You think football and teams and stuff like that like help kids like with their social skills
Yeah,
and things too?
I believe so because a lot of our kids now, like especially with my foundational pieces, that's the team that's those kids will be 11 next year. Like they started
Mhm.
when they was 5 and 6, and a lot. I mean, we lost a lot of kids from that team because they moved down south and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
a lot of those kids today that's still in the program are extremely close, and like a lot of them do a lot of the recruiting. Like
Right,
they
right.
recruit kids from everywhere. So it's like they've been together since 5 and 6. And I mean, they hang out with each other. They do a lot of the trips together. So that's kind of what we're trying to build now with our age groups younger than them. We're trying to
Okay.
build that same type of camaraderie where they're gonna do everything together because this
Right.
is about to be a long lasting bond. That's how we looking at it.
Absolutely. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, I'm letting you go for real this time. I just had to ask that question because some of the questions coming back to me now. I'm like, oh, my memory is jacked. We're gonna work on that. But yeah, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Listen,
having
guys,
me.
make sure y'all go to Hempstead Raiders. Um, what is it?
YFL,
YFL on
YFL,
Instagram. Go to Paper Chase
Chester
Newt.
Newt.
That's Newt at the end of Paper Chase. I hope you know how to spell that on Instagram. Hit him up. We got the email at Keith, Keithn, as in Nancy 18 at gmail.com. You have any questions or you want to help in some way, shape, or form, please hit this man up. This is for the kids, y'all. Like, hit this
Yes,
man up.
yes.
Big shout out to Woo. And you want to shout out anybody else on the
Yeah,
team?
shout out to all my coaches, man. It's just so many to
Yeah.
name, but shout out to everybody. Like shout out to all the parents, shout out to all the kids, shout out to just everybody that's been involved in this program
Right.
the last 5 years of existence. Without
5
y'all,
years.
listen,
That's
man,
deep.
I don't exist. Period.
Right, right. 5 years. That's a good little chunk there. You doing all right. You doing all right. You got 5 years in. Killing it. That's
Trying.
you doing it. You doing it. You are doing it. Listen, and much success, with the home. I feel like I kind of want you to push that thing, get that home going.
I'm gonna
We
try.
might have we're gonna have some conversations,
I'm gonna
fella.
try.
I feel like we are. I feel like we're gonna have some
I'm
conversations
gonna try.
after this. Me and my husband and you, about some things. Now, when I hear things, my mind start moving around, especially when it's like confirmation or conversations I recently had. I feel like that's God telling me like stop playing with it. If I gave you an idea, make some moves. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
yeah. So hopefully we'll be in contact for a few other things.
Gotcha.
And that is it. Once again, thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming on. Enjoy the rest of your evening,
You
everybody. I
too.
will see you guys later on at 5 p.m. where I will have the relationship mechanic, Mr. Jamel Jackson, on Hot Mic with Lady She podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.
All
Have
right.
a good
Enjoy.
day.
Thank you.
You're
All right.
welcome.
All right.